bought an ultra rare 2008 Mini Cooper Rarest, John Cooper Works Sidewalk Edition, number 77 of 100 made, also known as the last of the Superchargers. Hello everybody, it's Mike, the Baldadonis. Boom! Welcome. If you're new to my channel, my name is Mike the Baldadonis and I talk about many different topics. Sharing life experiences one video at a time is my motto. I talk about me being in my early 20s doing 5 years in prison for a first-time drug offense, only to get out unhappy with my body. I decided to do steroids, gained 105 pounds of pure muscle only to have a heart attack and other steroid-related health issues. I currently deal with migraines and vertigo from today's foods, environmental pollution, and VOCs. I buy and sell cars and I bring you guys along with me, show you the pros and cons of each vehicle that I buy. I have Dr. Peter Pococo. He's my mentor, the reason why I'm on YouTube, and he talks about inspiration. I bring other people on board sharing their interesting life stories, and I go throughout New England with my drone, videotaping our local towns. All right, guys, it's been 3 months in the making. Yes, 3 months. I bought this car back in June, almost 3 months ago. Let's get started. So yeah, I buy and sell cars, and I live on Craigslist and Marketplace looking for vehicles. And back in June, I was like, oh, what's my next car I'm gonna buy? Now, I'm no stranger to Mini Coopers. I've owned 28 BMWs, including 6 Mini Coopers, all S's, and 2 of them, John Cooper Works convertibles in 06 and 08. When that one popped up, I was like, oh crap. I'm looking at this car and I'm like, he just posted up. It was 10 o'clock at night. I'm reading this ad. And I see all the maintenance done to it, all the usual suspects that go wrong with a Mini Cooper Rarest have been addressed. I'm sorry guys, it's first thing in the morning and I'm making this video, so bear with me. Anyways, I'm looking at it and I'm like, I never ever heard of the last of the 100 Superchargers, and I'm a BMW person. I never heard of this edition. So to find out that from July, the last 100 of the Supercharged convertibles were made into John Cooper Works Sidewalk editions. And they all come with the Astro black paint, Black Panther interior, the special rims that are very lightweight. I think they're 11 or 13 pounds. Yeah, so the Sidewalk edition package adds all that. It's just like a $4,500 option. Just being the John Cooper Works convertible was enough to sell the car to me. And I did not hesitate. I called, I emailed, and I texted right away. And I was nervous. I was like, come on, dude, get back in touch with me. His name is Bob. He actually emailed me back that night, saying he called me in the morning. The next day, I was there about 2 o'clock. I dragged my friend Christian, and we drove out to Franklin, Massachusetts, and I bought the car. I didn't drive it. I know all about these cars. There was just some cosmetic things that I wanted to do when I expected this car. So first off, the tires, they were summer tires. I'm not a fan of summer tires. They just ride like shit here in New England with the potholes, and the streets around here are kind of just terrible. And I don't like the ride. So one was the tires. I didn't want those tires. 2 had curb rash on all wheels. 3, the back trim where the convertible top goes down. It's a chrome piece of trim. There's actually 2 pieces, and it's the weather stripping that was decaying, which all convertibles do. What else did I notice? And the stripes. The stripes were not terrible, but they were worn and chipped off in places from washing the car over the years. Now, Bob bought this car off a dealership, but he is technically the 3rd owner, but realistically, he's the 2nd owner. The first owner leased it, then purchased it. So that's, on the Carfax, it says it's 2 owners, but in fact, that's just 1 owner. Then Bob, and then I bought it. So technically, I'm the 4th owner, but in reality, I'm the 3rd owner. He bought it with 33,336 miles. He put over $5,000 into this car and in his ownership of over 5 years. The usual suspects that go with Mini Coopers: the clutch, oil sensor, ring. It leaks oil. But I'm going to list right here. There's a list of everything he did. All right. Anyways, I didn't drive it. I knew exactly I was going to buy this car. And I've never seen the Astro Black. I was in awe because it's black, but it's reality. It's a very deep blue metallic, and in certain light it turns purple to like a gray, back to blue to black. So it's a really unique color. Again, I didn't have to drive it. I knew what it was with the paperwork. And being in garage, it came with a car cover. I had to have it, and I was gonna buy it, so I did. So I rushed back home, get it registered, and it took over 8 weeks for the title to come in. 8 weeks. Now, I buy and sell cars, so Bob knew that. I told him I was gonna make a video and I was gonna sell the car eventually, but while I've had this car in my possession, I buy and sell cars, so I had a Lexus and I had a Mercedes. And by the way, the Mercedes sold to a nice couple named Gregory and Deborah. Thank you guys very much for buying the Mercedes. I hope you guys enjoy it. I loved that car. It was stunning, sexy, and that was a real head turner, and I'm gonna miss that car. But anyways, back to the Mini Cooper. So when I got it home, I didn't know what to do with it. I was either gonna just clean it up and just, flip it, drive it, flip it, or was I gonna take it to the next step? Knowing that I had number 77 out of 100 made, the reality came in that I have a pretty rare car. Now, a lot of people from the Mini Cooper sites, they complain about, oh, this because it's not collectible. Just because you don't have one, you can't afford one, and you've never seen one doesn't mean it's not collectible. These are collectible cars. They're very rare. My 2 John Cooper Works convertibles, in between was like 4 years of buying one. So I think this was like 4 years since I had my last one. They're not out there. They're very hard to find. And yeah, they are collectible. So also, people don't know from 05 to 08, R52s are basically an R53. It's the same thing in convertible form. So I have a lot of people, 07 it should be, or 08 it should be turbocharged. I'm like, no, it's a convertible. They didn't have it in 07 or 08. That's a whole different platform. So I have that argument quite often, and just people just don't know. But the people that do know love this car. I have fun with it. I actually only driven it only 300 miles since I've owned it. Like I said, I had these other cars that I was driving, selling, and plus I do all my other videos. So some of the things that I did do to it. One, I bought new tires. I like Toyo Proxy 4s. Great all-around tire. It's a performance tire. It's great in the winter. I live in New England. In the fall time when the leaves are falling, roads get slippery. I want a nice, comfortable tire. I love those tires. So I went to IGA, they put my tires on, thank you guys. So I had my friends at Quicksilver totally refurbish all 4 wheels. At first, I thought I was just gonna get a cleaning because of the curb rash, but no, it didn't happen that way, because I wanted to only spend $400, but it ended up costing me $700 to have these wheels totally refurbished, which means they take the tires off, they dip them, get all the paint off, and they diamond cut on a lathe, and they get all of the scratches out, and then they repaint it. While they did that, unfortunately, my tire pressure sensors. These little sleeves right here, this is where, you know, you put the air in. This is your sensor right here. 2 of these broke. So when I got the tires back, or the wheels back, I should say, they came out gorgeous, like brand new. And unfortunately, because the sensors are on there, it pops up a light on the dash. It is annoying to have the light on the dash since you have a perfect car, right? But at the same time, to replace these sleeves or whatever these things are called, that means you have to break down the tires once again, put those in, and then rebalance them. I was not taking the chance of re-scuffing up the perfect rims from maybe somebody not doing it correctly. Sometimes that happens, you know, or they put a tire down and it flops down. That's happened to me before. So I wasn't taking the chance at this time anyways, and I left the light on. So I'd rather have the light on than scratch the wheels up again. So what else? So the car on July 4th, when I was driving, I think it was July 4th, I was driving around and I heard this crack. Something hit my car. I was like, what the hell was that? Only to find out a few days later, because I didn't notice it, it's parked in the garage, I had a little hairline crack. So I have a crack in the windshield. I must have got hit by a rock or something. So I had to call up my friend Steve. A lot of you guys who watch my car videos know Steve. He has a shop that has a lot of awesome muscle car collection. And I called them up. I got a real BMW genuine windshield. Cost me $300. I went over there, I had him put the windshield in and checked out his car collection. So I want to thank Steve once again for always helping me out. And then I was like, okay, I get new tires, new wheels or refurbished wheels, windshields in there, still waiting for a title because it took 8 weeks, and I'm driving these other cars. So I really didn't get a chance to really drive this car, like I said. But the next step was the stripes. Stripes, I call up a guy named Joe. Joe is a fantastic guy. This is my first time using Joe. He's a friend of Steve's. And when I went to his job, he does the vinyl graphing or graphics, I should say. He does the wraps. He does all that stuff. But when you go to his shop, it doesn't look like a shop. It looks like a giant home, a log home. And he gave me a grand tour, and he has some fantastic equipment. And he'll do t-shirts, he'll do everything. So he's my new guy for everything when it comes to graphics. He's actually making me a custom light with my logo on it, and I can't wait for that to be made so I can show it off. But he also has this incredible drone collection, and we're gonna do a video about that soon because he hasn't tested it just yet. The drone itself is probably the size of the Mini Cooper. It's gonna be used for agriculture or industrial, like to spray for insects and stuff like that. So I can't wait to do a video with that. But Joe, thank you so much for doing my stripes. They came out fantastic. And what else? I had to go to Mini Cooper in Bedford, New Hampshire because I needed some touch-up paint. I only have 3 little chips on the car. And I called them up and they had 3 touch-up paints in the country. Now there is 2 left out there. I got the 3rd one. So there's only 2 more Astro Black touch-up paints in all of United States. So I was lucky I was able to get one. All right, for me to recuperate some of my money, I sold those brand new summer tires. My friend Paul, I call him Platinum Paul. He's like a silver fox, but it's a classy name, right? Platinum Paul. Anyways, he lives in Connecticut. He drives maybe like 2.5 hours to come up here. He bought the tires, but I also let him take the Mini Cooper for a test drive. And he loved that car. He himself has a R53, and he noticed the big difference in the 2 motors. I mean, you're coming from 168 to 210 in the horsepower, so there is some difference. And the car is like brand new. It handles fantastic. It's just a gorgeous car. So anyways, I want to give him a little shout out for his new business. It is called Battlegrounds USA, Evolution in Revolution. What he does is he teaches young kids how to ride BMX bikes without getting hurt, doing the flips. There is some protection after the ramp, and when you do the flips, you can land on something soft. I don't know exactly what that is, but it helps kids learn a little bit on the safer side of BMX riding. So Paul, thank you very much for your gear. I appreciate it, and good luck with your new company. So as always, I want to thank RGA for always helping me out. They always take my car in when I ask them, because I'm such a pain in the ass. We get the cars up in the lift, they take a look, see what my car needs, and we go from there. But when I got the wheels back from Quicksilver didn't do a great job of balancing the tires. So I had RGA rebalance the tires. They didn't charge me anything. I want to thank them very much. They always help me out. And yeah, guys, that's about it. So I have an ultra rare number 77 of 100 John Cooper Works Sidewalk Edition, last of the Superchargers. So what am I gonna do with it? Well, the title is in, and I might put it on Bring a Trailer. I think that's where it's gonna get the most love or affection for this particular vehicle. If not, I'll hold on to it. There might be a couple things I might want to do to it. I am waiting for some stickers, the decals for the wheels. Other than that, that's about it. All right, guys, so I want to thank Bob for selling me the car. I want to thank IGA. I want to thank Paul. I want to thank Quicksilver. Everybody, thank you so much. I want to thank my buddy Trent. I bought this DJI Osmo Plus with the upgraded camera system. I was thinking about getting a gimbal for my camera, but there's so many choices, and for the money, I was able to actually save a lot of money. Buy this with all the attachments, all the accessories, the case and everything. And why not have an extra camera to go along with my gimbal? You know, I don't need a gimbal for everything, but in certain things, it would be nice to have a gimbal. So I went to a local park the other day and I tested it on a dog, and it came out pretty well. But with this particular attachment on it, it bounces and it keeps the gimbal smoother. I kind of look like an idiot, to be honest with you. So I think I'll just try to get used to it in this form right here for the shots that I need. And yeah, I'll incorporate this with my videos. The camera is just as good as my drone camera. And why not add this and have an extra camera with a gimbal? Thank you, Trent. Baldadonis out.